What's up, guys? This is Channel Brit. I'm Federica. I'm here alone because Antonia is not with me because in Italy there is a lockdown. I'm going to make a quick video, I hope, about the situation that there is here in Italy. So, as you may know, there is a lockdown here in Italy till April due to the coronavirus. That means that no one can leave their house, no one can go out or in any other city, towns, except for special cases such as work motivation, necessity as needs to get food, supplies. But for these cases, you need to have a self-certificate. That means that you write down in a paper, in a document, the reason why you're moving from from town to town or from a region to another. That will be checked by officers that are like in the roads somewhere. They're just doing some control in the roads. There are like military, carabinieri, police, stuff like that, and other officers. And this fact that you are leaving for work or for get food will be checked by these officers, and if they are not true, you will get fined. So actually I can't meet Antonia, my co-worker, usually near me somewhere, because of this thing. I can't go and find another person, and right now this is what I need to do, not go out of my house. So what is happening, why there is a lockdown in Italy? So let's go back to the beginning. Nearly at the end of February, in a city called Codogno, there have been many cases of coronavirus, COVID-19. So the city was put in a lockdown with military forces and carabinieri, police, blocking every way out, and every street that were leading out of the city or in the city. They were checking people going out and in the city, the reason to move. So there were these cases, there were military controlling the street, but it wasn't very effective because some people from Codogno, and Codogno is a city in the north of Italy, in Lombardy actually, that is a region in the north of Italy. Some people that successfully escape from the red zone, Codogno actually, they just moved around. They went to another region, they went to another place, just I don't know why, to find their deer, stuff, something like that. But the problem was that they moved from a city. There was the place, the red zone, so where there was the virus, they just moved around and kind of infected other people. So what happened? What happened was that at the beginning, when these people fled their place, or just even at the beginning when there were started to be lots of new coronavirus cases, and I just want to say this. Here in Italy, there are lots of coronavirus cases because we are tested. I mean, not me, but in Italy, we are searching for people with coronavirus symptoms. So, searching. So, it's not true that other countries do not have coronavirus, that we are infected, that we are Italians, so we are the virus itself. But is the fact that actually we are tested. So, our health system is trying to find every case of coronavirus to cure them. But this is another story. So what is happening? These people freed their red zone. They successfully escaped, infected other people, and since that moment, the schools and the university in Lombardy closed for a week. I'm a university student, so my university was closed for a week. But then, immediately after, it was the period of time was extended to another week. So we were moving week after week of closure of the university and schools. They were closed also. What was closed? The theater, cinema, bar and pub and coffee shop were open, but it was they were open from 6 a.m. They could be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. After that time, every place had to be closed from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Everything had to be closed. So after that moment, there were many cases also in Lombardy, not as a region, not just in Codogno. And the prime minister, due to all these cases that were in Lombardy, and then they kind of were in other cities, in other territories, not just in Lombardy, but in other regions, our prime minister, Giuseppe Conte, decided between the 7th and the 8th of March to sign a decree that said that all Lombardy and all the cities that were affected by the virus had to be locked down. So there were red zones. No one could go out or in the region. Unfortunately, before the actual signature of our prime minister, the draft of the decree was released, was published, so everyone knew what was going to happen. So people, they were panicked, there was chaos, and people start to flee Lombardy at night before the actual lockdown. So before before Lombardy was going to be a red zone, so they escape. And this lead our prime minister to sign the day after the 8th, so the 9th, yesterday. They lead our prime minister to sign another decree that was going to put all our country, all Italy, in lockdown. This is because people freed the Lombardy successfully, of course, because they were taking trains, and also there were so many people taking trains. So if someone had the virus, everyone was infected, and they just he decided, and I think it was right, to put in a lockdown all Italy. So the country is in a lockdown now. So yesterday, the 9th, he signed this decree because people escaped, and no one knew where those people were going, if they were going in a place near Lombardy or in Sicily, for example, the opposite. So due to these people, there is a lockdown in Italy, but also because the virus is spreading too fast. So the actual reason there is this lockdown is actually because our national health system is not strong enough to help people in a short time of period, help people who needs cure, every kind of cure actually, because we weren't ready. Of course, we didn't accept a virus like this with those symptoms, with the needs of keeping people far from each other. You know, we are in Italy, so people kind of just hug each other, kiss each other every day. So there was a big problem. This was a very big problem, and there was a lockdown. So the reason of the lockdown is because the virus is spreading too fast. And Italy is, I don't know if you know this, but Italy is called a country of all people. there are lots of old people in our country, and this leads to like it's not safe for them with this virus around us. So it just happened that now we are in a lockdown, and I am worried about it. I'm not really worried about the virus, even though I know there are like at least 3 cases near me, like in 20 minutes from my home, maybe less. I know there are 3 cases. But actually, this lockdown is not really changing my daily routine. I mean, I didn't have this social life before, but yeah, where I was going out, taking to drink a coffee with my friends, so meeting my friends. So yeah, I'm for this I'm a little bit sad, but I know it's something that we need to do to help each other, help people who are weak. Because the fact that I'm not worried about the virus, I'm worried about the stupidity of people that are not respecting the decree, because the decree is a government law. It's not an actual law, because a decree is the government gives people, sorry, I can find the right word, gives people a decree when there is a time of need. So the government needs to take action immediately. So there is a decree, and we need now. We couldn't wait for a law, an actual law. And what worries me is people that are not respecting this decree. They are kind of going out. I heard what was yesterday night, because yesterday the decree was already, no, yesterday, well, maybe it was today, I can't remember actually where, I'm sorry, when. But I heard that there are people that are still gathering, also in a restaurant, where you can go to a restaurant, actually you can go there, but you need to be like 1 meter apart, at least a meter apart, so you can't be too near someone else. Bar, coffee shop, locals, no locals, place where you go to eat, to drink, needs to move their seats, move their tables far from each other, more than usual, to prevent people from being less than a meter near each other. So what really makes me mad is that there are people that are not respecting our government decision. That I remember, again, I'm a law student, so I want to remind people that the government decree it works as a law. So if you're not respecting the government decree, you can be fined. Actually, it seems like people do not care, but the fine is really high, and you can be arrested. I read right now there was from 1 to maybe 12 years. So I don't know why people are not respecting this thing. I know there are lots of places that are closed, such as where you do sport, so gyms are closed. Everything actually is closed except for some workplaces. Those workplaces that can use the smart working are doing that, but other places that like you can't have people doing smart working are actually open. So there is this problem. People are not respecting. I mean, just if you want to work, you have to go to work, but if you don't respect it, then you go somewhere where it's not necessary for you to go there, you can be fined. So I don't understand why people are not following our government decision, because really it makes me mad, because it endangered people. Some people, some young, mostly are younger people, not too young, but also, let's say there are people in general, doesn't matter the age, that are like, oh yeah, I'm young, I don't have any disease, I don't have problems, I don't have health problems, so I can go out. If I got the virus, I get the virus. It's not a problem, because actually, I'm not going to suffer from it. But the problem is not, I mean, you get the virus if you're healthy, because actually there is the first cases of coronavirus. It was a 38 years old man, and he was an athlete. He ran a marathon, and he is still in how it's called, um, therapy care. I mean, he's in bad condition, critical, non-critical, bad condition. So he's not healthy yet, and this fact happened before February. They found out that he was sick before February, and he's still not recovered. So why would you do that? Why would you go out? Anyway, so there are people that do not care about the others, because even though you may not have symptoms of the virus, you still can like transmit the virus transmit, give the virus to someone else. Personally, I don't want to transmit the virus to anyone in my family and any one of my friends, because I know people that have health problems. So I just, not just because I know these people, but because the government asked everyone to stay home. So this is what I will do. And it's gonna be hard actually, but this is what we do. Also, it makes me mad because our national health system now, as of course, gives the priority to people with the COVID-19 virus. And if some of these people get the virus because they weren't careful enough, they decide to do whatever they wanted, this makes me mad, because they're going to be of course cured, or they try to cure them. But the problem is that other people, they like needs a transplant or needs different kind of cure from, not from COVID-19, but different stuff that needs help for other things, cannot be cured, because right now the priority and the necessity is the COVID-19, people who are infected by COVID-19. So this really is making me mad, because people do not understand the necessity, the importance of staying at home. Oh, this video is pretty long. I just wanted to do a quick video explaining what was going on. So I am fine. Antonia, I think she's fine. She didn't tell me anything. So this is a bad situation. So what we do now in Italy, that we can go out. I hope people find new hobbies. I mean, the internet, YouTube, for example, internet in general is vast enough to find something that you want to do, a new interest, a new, I don't know, learn to play an instrument. There are so many tutorials on the internet to do that. So I hope for people that just, I don't know, find new hobbies. I personally will try to find something to do. I start again to read some books that I just left some years ago. Tomorrow I start my first online lesson, because this is a way they try to prevent they try to help with the, how's it called, school system, university, etc. Try to do online lessons. So this is a kind of a positive thing, because for where I was going, where I was studying, I had to, it's not a lot, but to drive for something like an hour, but I had to be there before my lesson, something like 1 hour before. So it was a kind of an hour. So it was, I didn't want to go to university. I still don't want to go to university, but so the positive thing about all this situation, let's try to see the positive thing, is actually that there are some new, how to say, there are some, these online lessons that we didn't have before in Italy, or at least in my university. So let's see how it works out. For example, now I'm thinking also kind of working out. I don't know if you care about this, but I'm kind of working out, just saying what I do now that we are obliged to stay at home. I'm working out, reading new books, tidying up my room. So I'll have to remove this poster someday. I don't know when, and just studying because I have to. And probably, I don't know, the situation we will see in April if we can leave, if there won't be a lockdown anymore. But this is something that we will see when the time comes. Yeah. I don't know if this video was was explaining what happened, so I just thought of you guys that are watching our videos, my Antonia's and my videos. If maybe you wanted to understand what was going on a little bit better from an Italian point of view. I have to say, I live near the street that leads to other cities, so it's kind of the main road. And in the morning, there is no one. There is no one in the city. My mother had to go in the city for some business, and it was a necessity. So it's not violating the rules, the laws. That's it. Please remember to wash your hands, to clean your clothes, to keep an hygiene, a proper hygiene in this situation, to stay away from people. And to all those countries that think they do not have the virus or it's not bad as in Italy, well, we test people, so this is why we have many cases. And I don't know what to say anymore. If you want to donate to help, if you want to donate to help our system, I leave a link below. There have been some GoFundMe, GoFundMe things to help with our national health system. So I don't know. This is all I wanted to say. I want just to do a quick video, so I hope to be a little bit. I hope to have explained what was going on. So that's all, and maybe I'll keep you updated on what is going to happen. Bye, and I don't know when we will see you again. Bye.